Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is the Freaky Friday. It's the word doppelganger. I hope it is because that's how I say it. It's that episode. I'm really excited for this episode, or I was. I'm pissed after I watched it, but I like the makeover challenge episode, and I really like the twist this season of having to make over each other like Freaky Friday. I really wanted to see it, and then it just turned into a Ru is back on his fuck shit. Let's get into it because it's a lot of stuff that happened. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. We ain't got to talk about the fluff, like Utica being happy she got the lip sync. Girl, sit down. Just be happy that you're there. Okay. They have a psychic come on. Once the psychic said she saw, was it Utica's cow, Clara? I hit the fast forward. I said I can't do it. I know it's just some fluff. I know Ru want to say the psychic put them together in teams. No, production put them together in teams. And let's move on. Let us move on to the good stuff. So the pairs, Rose and Tina. These are my first thoughts of the pairs. I was worried. Whenever I tweeted it before I even watched the episode, before I even turned the episode on play, I tweeted, I am worried for whoever has to wear yellow, orange, and red. So once I knew Rose was with Tina Burner, I said, I'm worried. Simone and Utica. Once I saw Simone and Utica grouped together, I knew that was the winning team. Because my first thought is their drag is so different. They're both artistic, but it's two totally different forms of art. I just knew that they would be the winning team because we're going to get into why later. But a part of me just from the beginning, I was like, oh, they winning this. Candy and Gottmik off first thought. I was like, they are very different. I don't see where this is going to go. But after the episode progressed and I really thought about the kind of drag they both did. Oh, I'm going to read this bitch Candy at the end. Get ready. Denali and Olivia, I said, were cute. But when I think of drag styles to be able to do a Freaky Friday flip and just everything they've presented so far, I didn't see enough signature. And I think that's why they ended up in the bottom, but we'll get into that some more later as well. But I didn't see enough signature for them to be like, oh, that's Denali. Oh, that's Olivia. But let's get into it. So these are a few of the things I picked up from the workroom. Denali's costume that she put on Olivia, which is the one that she walked down the runway, it looked like it didn't fit. It just looked ill-fitting. It didn't look flattering on Olivia. I was hoping that she would change this, but it did not. I like Tina and Rose working together because it was a hot mess. That first outfit that Tina put on Rose, that full flame looking church choir flame looking robe, I said, oh no ma'am. I said, Tina, I don't want to see you walk down the runway with this. I'm mad everything Tina brought was yellow, red, and orange for real. Like, I'm really mad and I'm really pissed. The judges, as of episode 10, have not said shit about it. Like, I'm really pissed about that. But both of their costumes were ugly that they pulled out their wardrobe. I didn't care for either one of them. And they were reading each other up and down they were reading. And I was laughing, getting my life, having a good time. Like, this was a good episode. Utica's artistic brain for fashion and Simone's, I don't know, I don't know. 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 I don't know activism and unapologetically black art for fashion, I love. Like when Utica was putting that stuff out on Simone, I know Simone had her nose turned. Like, I don't know about this child. I said, Simone, y'all about to rock this. Like, I had already saw the vision. And then when Simone pulled out Baps, I was done. I said, they about to win this. I said, they about to win this. Now, Utica went into her spiel like, Babs, Black American Princess. Oh, no, I don't want to appropriate. And I'm so happy they explained to Utica, we not asking you to wear blackface, girl. We ain't about to put no charcoal on your face. We asking you to feel the essence of Simone. We ain't asking you to look like Simone and be Simone. You know, we just asking you to be the essence of Simone. We gonna get to it later. Rose was in the scene with that fire engine red wig on, looking like, I don't know. I guess you gotta do it because it's a doppelganger, but I wish Tina would have showed anything else outside of red, yellow, and orange, because Rose red ain't your color. That shit was ugly. Gottmik and Candy are having a hard time because their body sizes are drastically different. I understand. I feel like outside of maybe Simone, anybody paired with Gottmik would have a lot of sewing to do because she's just a tiny, tiny girl. Anybody paired with Candy is gonna have some. Candy can't, you can't shop on nobody's rag candy, so that sounds like a you problem. You can't be up in here huffing and puffing and not know how to sew. Like, I'm getting ready to read this bitch Candy because Candy pissed me off. Though I think she pisses me off mostly because she there. And that sound fucked up. But no, like, bitch, be humble. You had the Shantae away and you came back like you got the Shantae, you stay. No, Candy can't. Hey, yo, I've been on. That's my phone. I thought I put it on Do Not Disturb, but I guess I didn't. But Candy got the Shantae away and she took a couple of steps. And she act like she won the challenge. It drives me insane. Let's get on with it. Let's get to the runway. Now, up first is RuPaul in this stunning red sequence dress that had the little stomach out right here. Now, I know I'm a big girl, but let me tell you, that silhouette is so flattering because it hits on me, especially since I have humongous chest. The way that silhouette hits at the smallest part of my waist with that cutout of the stomach, oh, I be setting it the fuck off. Oh, I want that dress so bad, Ru. I got a jumpsuit. I got 2 jumpsuits in my closet that are the same silhouette where it look like a cute little bra and it give you all the cleavage you want and it cut that waist in and then you get that little keyhole moment. I want that dress so bad, Ru. That dress was it. That's one of my favorite dresses I've seen you in. And it's just red, a nice bold color. I just was in love with it. I was like, yes. But then I have to read your ass later on in the episode, Ru. Now let's get on to the thing. Rose come out first. Rose has all of Tina's mannerisms. She was doing Tina. She had the Tina walk, the Tina face. She had that bad, and bad I mean awful, like terrible looking black smoky eye. But she had the mannerisms down. She was doing Tina. She was a doppelganger. The dress was ugly. The reveal had nothing to do with the dress. Like, how do we come from a huge white and green dress a gigantic fire engine red wig to a leopard print bikini with red leather piping. Like, none of it matched. I didn't like it. Now, the dress that Rose put on Tina, I don't like, but it was a Rose dress. Rose does like that stuff with dramatic, ruffly arms and but Tina's face was beat. The wig wasn't my favorite, but Rose is known for those giant pink wigs. And Tina was doing Rose. She had the spins, the points, the flips of the hair. I even like she did that, Rose does, I loved it. I thought Tina and Rose did a good job, even though I hated their outfits and hair and makeup. Moving on. Olivia comes out. I saw Denali, but I didn't feel Denali. They concentrated too much on the ice skater-ness of it. She had the ponytail, but Denali is known for whipping that and working that ponytail. I'm like, Olivia, you was just acting like the ponytail was there. You didn't even grab it, fling it around or nothing. Like, that's not Denali. They said Denali is known for tulle, but I thought Rose was known for the tulle and the ruffles. But I just don't think Olivia did a Denali walk. But let's get to Denali. I could see Olivia wearing that dress, but that dress on Denali was ugly. That wasn't a cute color for Denali. That hair on, like, the outfit Olivia had, I think would have been drop dead gorgeous on melanated skin. And it's true. That's why we all have different skin tones where different colors complement us better. That orange on Denali, it was just ugly. It just was not. I wish Olivia would have put on something different. Where was the tiny purse? Like, that's signature Olivia. I would have known if you would have came out pointing that little tiny purse somewhere. I would be like, Olivia, yes, ma'am. I think what hurts Denali and Olivia is that what we know them for is not walking down the runway. Like, when they come down the runway, they don't have a signature thing where I'll be like, oh, that's Olivia, that's Denali. Like, yes, Olivia always looks luxe. Like, she always looks expensive. But that outfit on Denali didn't look expensive. Denali's looks go everywhere. Yes, she's done an ice skater dress. Then she came out looking like a bird. One week she looked like a snake. The other week she looked like a chandelier. Like, Denali does concepts. Like, if this the theme, okay, I'm about to turn the theme. She doesn't have anything that I would be like is Denali's signature drag. Like, I ain't never even noticed that she put little stuff on her nails every week. And I guess now I can't even look for it to notice because she gone. We gonna get to that. I just felt like Olivia is known for her personality, not necessarily her runway. And Denali is known for lip syncing the house down. And we gonna get to that. Let's move on. I don't have too much to say about Simone and Utica, but just yes, fucking ma'am. Like, when Simone hit that corner in that weird outfit with her arms constrained and she was doing all those crazy Utica moves, I'm like, yes, that's Utica. That's Utica down. That's a weird ass outfit. And not only is it a weird ass outfit, Simone is walking exactly how Utica would walk in this outfit. I was just like, yes, like, they got it. Then Utica, who I thought would have a hard time just standing up straight, putting her sexy bitch face on and giving you all of Holly Berry Babs in that walk. The way Utica strutted down that runway, I said, bitch, walk like that every time. Like, you look good, Utica girl. Oh, Utica did me proud just because finally, like, we finally saw something in her that I just thought maybe she couldn't do. Like, I thought maybe she's just not, you know how some girls just don't give sexy, even though they can be sexy, they just don't give it. Because even last week in that little leotard, she was slinking and doing weird stuff. Like, Utica, keep that walk. Keep that walk, girl. Don't lose it. They just did an amazing job. Now, I want to get to Candy and Gottmik because I'm about to read this bitch in a second, but they looked good. Like, Gottmik, even though, yes, you look like Tina Burner. Now, everybody on Twitter like, oh, Candy had that on at DragCon one year or a drag show, and they got pictures on it. And I don't give a fuck. You look like Tina Burner. Like I told you, I don't follow all that shit. So when I see red, yellow, orange, I'm thinking Tina. And Tina has done a great job branding those colors for herself. But let's move on. Candy hit the corner as Gottmik, and I said, Gottmik, bitch, you painted the shit out of Candy's face. That face looked good. Good. Just amazing. The hair, oh, I love that neon color hair. The outfit wasn't all that technical. Oh, I can't wait to read these bitches in a second because I liked what they did. I liked what they gave. But I want to get to it just because I want to say they did a good job. I ain't going to take that from them. But one of their responses pissed me off. But for the most part of the judging, I agree. Like Tina and Rose, I said they were the best doppelgangers. But what's the name? Doppelgangers. I thought they embodied each other the best outside of Utica and Simone. They embodied each other the best, but what they put on each other was ugly. But half the time when they come down the runway like themselves, I give them a no ma'am. So that wasn't too hard of a reach. Denali and Olivia. When the judges talked with the girls backstage, RuPaul and Michelle dragged that blue eyeshadow blend on Olivia's face. Was it blended? No, it was not. But look at that shit Tina put on Rose's face and her own face every week. I feel like, because it's hard for me to pull off blue. Like, I could never do light blue, royal blue, navy blue on my entire eyelids. Sometimes not every skin tone can pull that off, especially all those cool toned eyeshadows. Like, I could do warm tones, like I could do all oranges, all yellows, even a splash of all pinks, browns. Like, I can do warm tone eyeshadows all day. Those cool tones, I have to have some warm, and then I might could get away with a baby blue lid. Or if I do baby blue up here, I gotta do like an orange right here. Like, it's hard to pull off all those blues. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And that's it. Let's move on to the most famous question that we love to hear RuPaul ask. So, be honest. Who do you think should go home and why? For the most part, everyone said because of this challenge, Olivia did the worst because Denali does not look like Olivia. Okay. I would agree. A little bit. Like, I feel like I don't want to seem like a Candy hater because I don't hate Candy. Like, I like Candy. She entertains me, but she says shit that irks me. Gottmik didn't look too much like Candy to me either. Like, I ain't never seen Candy in no shit like that. Like, all Gottmik did was walk around the runway throwing up peace signs like peace, peace. fight. Like, I've never seen Candy walk down the runway that aggressive. Now, is she aggressive and untucked? Did she walk into Misha's face like she wanted to fight? Yes. Does she talk a lot of shit behind the scenes? Yes. But I've never seen her give that aggressiveness on the runway. So I felt like Gottmik was just acting hood and ghetto in a flame leotard. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Olivia says she's going by the entire competition, and she felt like if we're going to look at this whole thing from beginning to end, Utica is the worst and should go home. Really? Utica from beginning to end? Okay. Denali says Candy should go home because Gottmik looks like Tina. And I said, I'm so happy somebody fucking said it. I'm so happy somebody said it. Like, I feel like, now I know y'all want to say it's all over Instagram, but like I said, I don't follow none of these girls, so I don't know. But let's get to it. Now, it's Candy's turn to answer. And instead of answering the question, she goes off on a 5-minute rant and gets to read it down. And I wrote down what she said because I got a response for every fucking thing she said, and I felt like somebody should have said it. And since they didn't say it, I'm going to say it. Candy says, I did not know Tina owned the flames or had ownership over the colors orange, red, and yellow. And she said, me and Gottmik had the hardest challenge up here because my fat ass can't fit into none of her clothes. We can't shop on everybody's racks, so we had to sew. And number 3, all y'all bitches are the same size, and y'all should not have no weak looks because y'all the same size. Olivia and I feel like Olivia and Denali are the weakest. I said, okay, Candy, you're entitled to your opinion. Yes, I will give you that you, and as far as size-wise, you and Gottmik have the longest range in between sizes. But, bitch, let me tell you a few things. Number 1, bitch, we are on RuPaul's Drag Race. If I see a bitch on every episode, episodes 1 through 9, wearing flames, red, yellow, and orange, and it's time to do a fucking Freaky Friday doppelganger challenge, I'm not going to make my doppelganger look like another bitch who have branded the colors yellow, orange, and red all season. That was mistake number 1. Like, I'm not going to have somebody come out looking like somebody, and the whole point is to show your brand. When somebody hits the runway, they look like you. Everybody knows Tina comes out in these colors. So to me, it's no excuse. We be like, oh, well, Tina doesn't own the colors. No, she doesn't. But she's owned it this season. And on the doppelganger challenge, my doppelganger not going to look like Tina. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't like how Ru gets all giddy and happy for the ghetto girl act. Like, it's like every season, whoever is the most ghetto girl is Ru's favorite. Not Ru like who you like, but I feel like Candy is getting all this praise because she's on the show acting ignorant. Like, a lot of the shit she says, Ru thinks is funny. She's cracking jokes, but a lot of shit she says is out of ignorance because she just don't know no fucking better. Now, number 2, I feel like Candy and Gottmik had the easiest challenge of everybody on the groups, all the groups. Number 1, both of you bitches are makeup artists. So we know both of you bitches are about to beat each other's face down. And mind you, for Candy to be a makeup artist, it ain't look like Gottmik's face matched the rest of her body. That's just me. That's just me. But I ain't gonna take nothing away from Candy because Candy can beat her face down. I've never read Candy on her makeup not being correct. Number 2, they paired you with the bitch who won the Seamstress Challenge. They paired you with the bitch who's been to fashion school. So I guarantee you, I would bet my motherfucking stimulus check. When it came down to taking in that bodysuit, Gottmik took in that bodysuit. It ain't like you had to go learn how to use a sewing machine in the back. You pulled out your outfit. You said, bitch, let me pin it together and you get the sewing. So miss me with all that bullshit. It ain't like they paired you with Simone and neither one of you hoes know how to thread a needle together. So no, y'all had the easiest pairing of the challenge. You got 2 makeup artists and you got a motherfucking seamstress. And then all you put on her was a bodysuit. And all Gottmik put on you was some pasties. And bitch, we seen you in pasties before. Like, what was so different from the pasties you had on now versus the pasties and the underwear and panties you wear any other runway? Like, miss me with it. The only thing Gottmik did to you was your face and wig. You could have easily pulled that out of your closet. Matter of fact, we done seen you wear a pasties and a motherfucking corset and some ruffles. Instead of ruffles on your ass, you had dripping diamonds, whatever the thing was. So miss me with it. We done already seen Candy in this outfit. Number 3. Yes, Olivia and Denali look the worst, but them bitches ain't the same size either. Like, I'm sure Denali had to let some thread out of that because Olivia squoze her ass into it without the pads. So I know they had to do some alterations as well. I would have checked this bitch, Candy. Like, what the fuck you mean? The easy. We had the hardest. Like, bitch, when they would have asked me, out of all fairness, Rue, Angie, who you think should go home? Well, RuPaul, I think the bitch who should go home is the bitch who you told to Shantae away in the yellow. Like, that bitch should have went home that episode. Nevertheless, 2 episodes later. What do you mean who should have went home? Candy should have went home 2 episodes ago, Rue. That's what I would have said. That's what I would have said. Like, Candy, I don't recall her standing out in any challenges. Rue gave Candy and Simone that win, whatever challenge they did, that top. Did Candy win any challenges? Like, you sucked at the snatch game. You was just Shantae'd away. Move on. Let's get to this lip sync, because the lip sync pissed me off next. Denali, I guess since they were in pairs, because everybody on Twitter was like, Tina and Olivia should have been in the bottom. But I guess Rue said they were being judged as pairs, so they had to be put in the bottom as pairs. Okay. I would give you Denali and Olivia were worse than Tina and Rose, because at least Tina and Rose acted like the other. So we get to Shackles on My Feet by Mary Mary. I said, bitch, no, we not doing a gospel song on RuPaul. Now, they said they did this song before. When I want to lip sync for my life, like, you either have to do a gospel song one or 2 ways. You either are going to emote and give it a good old hallelujah feeling of realness, or you're going to have to camp it all the way and say, sorry about who I offend, but I'm about to turn this shit out. And I feel like when it comes to religion and God, a lot of people don't play with God. And one thing about me, I know I curse a lot, and I know my ass ain't perfect. But one thing I don't do is play with God. I don't like, even when I was younger, I never liked when people played church. Like, you know, you get around your group of friends and they be like, they start shouting and hallelujah and speaking in tongues when they not really in the spirit. I never liked that. And I feel like when you lip syncing and you got Olivia, yeah, and doing all this and shouting and you really ain't in the spirit, that is just it wasn't entertaining to me. That's what I would say. I don't get entertained by people playing church. I feel like when I want to lip sync, because even Olivia was on Twitter, because I guess people were saying, well, Denali was in this gown. She couldn't even move. And Olivia was like, she was in a tearaway gown. She could have tore away and looked just like Rose. She had on an outfit just like Rose under that tearaway gown. Who the fuck wants to tear off a gown? Like I said, you either going to camp it all the way or you going to be respectful. Who wants to tear off a gown into something slinky and sexy to Mary shackles just so you could play shout across the stage. Like, and to me, because we about to wrap this up, the little bit of shouting and hopping and dancing they did across that stage, Denali told Olivia up. Denali won that lip sync because Olivia didn't do nothing special. I mean, ain't neither one of them do nothing special, but I felt like both of them were trying to be respectful. And so I felt Denali's energy of the shackles coming off her feet more. But Ruth sent Denali home. And everyone was like, how the fuck you gonna send a bitch home for what the other bitch did wrong? Because Olivia dressed Denali up like that. I told Denali, I said, once RuPaul saved Candy, I put 2T's, Utica, and Denali on notice. I said, RuPaul just waiting for y'all to fall in the bottom and he gonna let y'all go. I didn't know he liked Olivia so much because Olivia could have went home. Olivia could have went home this week. But Ru has his favorites and it is what it is. It's his show. It's his show. But that's Drag Race for you. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to give. I promise you, I don't know if I'm willing to bet my stimulus on it, but I promise you, Candy gonna be around to at least the top 5. She might go home in top 5 and just miss the finale. Or she might silky ganache her way into the top 4. I don't know. But RuPaul is keeping Candy. Utica, you next. And everybody's like, you giving spoilers? I ain't giving no spoiler. I called it from the moment RuPaul saved Candy. Why did he have to save Candy? Candy could have went home. Candy could have been home long before that yellow challenge, if you want to ask me. But like I said, I ain't the judge. But anyway, we're going to leave it right here. We're going to wait and see what happened in the upcoming weeks. Drag Race is still my show. But I just feel like it's something going on where it's not, the judging this season is not authentic. And it's taking the excitement. Like, I've never just seen RuPaul clearly send people home that don't deserve to go home. Anyway, moving on. That's the end of it. Like, comment, share, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. And I will see y'all next week. All right. Bye.